Welcome to a dark corner of British history. In the shadow of the Tower of London, where kings and queens ruled with iron fists, some of the most ingenious yet horrifying devices ever created were used to extract confessions, silence dissent, and enforce control. These were not myths or foreign imports, they were British inventions, born from Tudor paranoia, religious upheaval, and a relentless pursuit of power. Today, we uncover Britain's most brutal inventions, the tools of torment that left victims broken in body and spirit. Viewer discretion is advised. Our story begins in the 15th century with one of the most infamous devices in history, the rack, cruelly nicknamed the Duke of Exeter's daughter, introduced to the Tower of London around 1447 by John Holland, the third Duke of Exeter, who served as constable of the tower. This wooden frame became synonymous with agony. A victim was strapped down by the wrists and ankles. Ropes attached to rotating rollers at each end were slowly turned by executioners. As the cranks tightened, the body stretched inch by excruciating inch. Joints dislocated with sickening pops, muscles tore, ligaments snapped. In extreme cases, the limbs were ripped from their sockets. Famous victims included Fawkes, whose signature on his confession grew shakier with every turn, and then Askew, the Protestant martyr racked so severely she could barely walk to her execution. The rack was not about quick punishment. It was designed for prolonged suffering, to break the will and force names from trembling lips. But Britain did not stop at stretching bodies apart. In the reign of Henry VIII, a new invention reversed the horror: compression instead of extension. Meet the Scavenger's daughter, also known as Skeffington's irons or Skeffington's gyves, invented by Sir Leonard Skeffington, Lieutenant of the Tower during Henry VIII's turbulent rule in the early 1500s. This iron A-frame device forced the victim into a compacted position. The head was strapped to the top point of the A, the wrists to the middle, and the ankles to the base. As the frame folded, the body was crushed inward. Knees were driven toward the chest, ribs cracked, the spine bent unnaturally. Blood was forced from the nose, mouth, and ears under immense pressure. Contemporary accounts describe victims bleeding profusely as organs were squeezed and bones threatened to dislocate in reverse. It was the perfect companion to the rack. One pulled the body to pieces, the other compressed it into submission, both aimed at the same goal: confession through sheer terror. Not all brutality required grand machines. Some devices were portable, personal, and targeted at silencing voices, especially women's. The Scolds, Bridle, or Brank, emerged in the 16th and 17th centuries, first recorded in Scotland in 1567, and spreading across England and the north. This iron muzzle locked around the head like a cage. A flat or spiked plate pressed down on the tongue, preventing speech and often causing bleeding, swelling, or infection. It was reserved primarily for scolds, women accused of gossiping, nagging, or speaking out of turn. The victim was paraded through town, chained and humiliated, sometimes with bells attached for extra mockery. In harsher versions, spikes pierced the tongue if any attempt at words was made. This was not justice. It was patriarchal control weaponized in iron. A reminder that in Britain, certain voices were not allowed to be heard. Simpler still, yet no less savage, were the thumbscrews. Popular in medieval and early modern Britain, this vice-like tool crushed fingers or thumbs between metal plates tightened by screws. Portable and quick to deploy, it delivered immediate, blinding pain to extract information without killing the victim outright. Bones cracked, flesh mangled. Many interrogations began here, with screams echoing through castle walls. These devices were not isolated curiosities. They reflected an era of religious wars, treason fears, and absolute monarchy. Torture was legal in England under royal warrant, used sparingly but devastatingly on suspected traitors, heretics, and rebels. The Tower of London became their stage. Today we look back in horror at these inventions. They remind us how power can twist ingenuity into cruelty. Yet understanding this darkness helps us appreciate the freedoms we hold now, freedoms won through centuries of struggle against such brutality. Thank you for joining this grim journey through Britain's past. If this video unsettled you, remember, history is not always heroic. Sometimes it is a warning. Like and subscribe for more untold stories from the shadows of time. What other dark historical inventions should we explore next? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay curious and stay humane.